April Tarot reading is ready. I'm Eleanor and welcome to Pink Pearl Tarot. Just going to get right into it this month. Your cosmic influence is movement. This is the equivalent to the Chariot card in the tarot. And for where you are in your journey right now, you have first light. It says beginning a new cycle, and it kind of looks like a spring is springing there. So together what this means is that this month is all about meeting this new cycle head on with enthusiasm, probably because it's been hard won and well earned after the last cycle. It's like how the only time growing up that we were awake before the sun was Christmas morning, right? So there's that feeling coming through with this, greeting the new day with excitement for all of the possibilities wrapped up in it. So you're eager to start over fresh with your energy recharged. So for something to get excited about that you're moving towards in this new cycle, that's the first question I have. You have the Ten of Wands. Let me just check the lighting on this. Okay, it's good enough, I guess. So it's not going to be boring, that's for sure. You will be in high demand, which could feel refreshing if it's been one of those long, harsh, barren winters at your job or your business or maybe in the dating field. There's actually so much coming down the pipeline that you might not even know how to manage it all. It's a lot, but it's all pretty lucrative, I'd say. This is kind of like it's at that tipping point where you're just about outgrown what you can handle on your own, and then the next step would be delegation. So for where you will see the most change in April, you have the Five of Swords. So this is going to be a change in strategy. It marks a shift in terms of being able to think more steps ahead to the consequences of certain actions. For example, it's like saying yes to everything because in the moment that seems like a good idea. But in a month, when all of these commitments pile up and deadlines are approaching, might you regret making some of them? So in this case, it would mean having the foresight and the strength to say no to something. Or another example like this, blaming someone else for something at work, get that heat off of you for a minute only to find out that someone above thinks it's a great idea and then they get credit for it. So it's about making your decisions with greater intention and integrity for future outcomes versus what it seems at first, like in this moment, in this immediate moment, what is called for. So for what will be your biggest obstacle, you have the Hierophant. So bureaucracy, tradition, and hierarchy. This can represent having to impress certain gatekeepers, having all of your administrative ducks in a row, and definitely no shortcuts or bypassing, which could feel a little bit frustrating under Chariot energy. But actually, Chariot energy is very linear and focused and could actually be beneficial for navigating a process without getting sidetracked. So I would say to channel this excited momentum into hitting all of the proper landmarks or process points like bowling pins, rather than letting procrastination on each one break your streak. But it means that everything is going to have to be done on the up and up the right way. For the best thing about this month, you have the Nine of Swords. Something that's been keeping you up at night, like a long-term worry that's been kind of like a white noise, creating a persistent knot in your stomach, can finally come up for resolution. It's time to put something to rest by using that worry to create a plan. And that makes sense with that Five of Swords strategy shift, where you can stop what seems to be an auto-recursive cycle. Like anxiety isn't necessarily a malfunction if there is actually a problem that you can solve. So I think you're tired of trying to mute that alarm, and you're going to finally get to the source of it to silence it once and for all. So your influence or impact on others, well, you have the Chariot. That's actually really cool. So as this energy influences you, it's like you're a conduit for it out into the world. It's like you're the current, and you will be pulling people along with you as though they can't even help it or fight it. Your enthusiasm is contagious. Now for others of you, it could be obvious that you're moving forward, and some people might want to ride your coattails, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it's what happens when you're a leader. But it's up to you to decide if someone is worthy of coming along or not, if they're just if they're getting a boost so that they can be off and running themselves, like a wind up, or they just want to hitch a ride like Kip in Napoleon Dynamite on his rollerblades with a rope attached to Napoleon pedaling his bike. So that's where you kind of need to rethink your strategy as to like, what does this person coming along mean a few steps ahead. So let's see, what opportunities to look for. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Well, that is appropriate and very on the nose. These are going to be investment opportunities or savings opportunities. This could look like small gifts or small bonuses, small tokens. It's something that you wouldn't think of as being very valuable because of its small size or small potential, or I mean, in the moment, smallness. It might not be a whole lot in actual value, but what you choose to do with it is what makes the difference as to what it can be. So do you spend, like, let's say you get a little bit of money, do you spend it on something perishable, or do you buy something that you can use to make more money? I mean, it doesn't have to pertain to money. It can translate into other assets or connections, like turning a chance encounter for small talk instead of a dead-end weather conversation. You can get them interested in you and where you're going in life and maybe get a great opportunity out of that. So for where you will find the most support, you have the Knight of Wands. This also makes perfect sense. This is going to be a highly adventurous person with a lot of infectious energy, just like yours. This is going to be that person who will not interrupt your momentum or be a drag on your energy. There are just some people who make you feel more tired to be around, or there's others who it feels like you have to constantly do the work to convince them to pull their weight or to keep up with you. It's like you're just dragging them along. That's not going to be supported to you right now. It's the people with their own fires going, stories to tell, and nuggets of experience or inspiration. Someone that, let's say, you can be the second goose to in the V formation for a little while. Someone who has their own current that you can ride. So for your self-care directive, you have the World. Another perfect one. It's perfect with that first light energy, because as that new day begins, you're going to give it the best shot at being successful if you can first successfully wrap up the last cycle. So that there's nothing lingering and interfering with your new start. So what is it that you will need closure on so that you can fully embrace this new phase? So you're not having one foot in the old and one foot in the new. And so the best way to take care of yourself in April, don't forget to tie up all of your loose ends before charging forward, or some kind of hanging thread is going to get entangled from the past and it's going to yank you back. So that's what I have for you, Taurus. This is very exciting. Congratulations and good luck in your new day, and I'll talk to you next month. Much love. Thank you.